What is the largest amount you know of that a YouTuber yourself or someone else has been paid for an ad or sponsorship? So this is the most common question we got, I think. And whenever YouTubers or social media influencers have this conversation, this is usually the headline after the conversation, right? I think it's important to note that the same way off the bat we acknowledged we're in not the best economic times right now, that does have reverberations and implications for the influencer industry as well, right? So a lot of the stories we've heard and amounts we've heard about YouTubers getting paid a lot of money, a lot of the examples I can think of are from 2016, 2017. And it seemed like that was still a time where a lot of brands weren't really knowledgeable about advertising on YouTube through influencers yet. And some companies came along and just started throwing a lot of money at it, not really knowing what they were doing yet. I feel like things have sort of changed in the last year or two, especially now with more people out of work, less people shopping, unless you're like a direct-to-consumer brand. A lot of people who usually spend a lot of money advertising online aren't really doing that right now, and that has implications for CPMs or even ad rates that YouTubers are seeing right now. So I guess keep that in mind with our answer.
And also keep in mind that not all YouTubers make these giant amounts we're about to share. There's a top 1% of everything, and that includes YouTubers.
So I think we've all sort of heard like the rumors or stories that like Kylie Jenner gets $1 million to post an Instagram post. But I've no way of verifying that. We don't know Kylie Jenner.
You know?
And it honestly could be something that her or her family puts out there to exaggerate her value, honestly. I don't imagine there are a ton of brands actually paying that much for her promotion, to be honest with you. That's purely speculation on my point, but I just want to throw that out there. She also allegedly inflated her net worth, right? And there's been articles about that. But in terms of what we can say for certain a YouTuber has been made, there was a really interesting example from 2017, I think. The creator Bethany Mota. I don't know if she's still around. She was like
She's a very large lifestyle
girl type creator.
At a certain point, I think she had like 10 million subscribers.
She had over 10 million
Very
subscribers. Big. Yeah, I don't know if she still makes content or not, but she was affiliated with Studio 71. And the reason we know this is that there was a lawsuit where Studio 71 said they had gotten her a brand deal and that she didn't deliver on it. So they were suing her for fraud, I think.
So Studio 71 is her network who managed her.
I assume it was her network. It may have just been someone who brought her a brand deal. She wasn't necessarily in their creator roster. Yeah. We don't really know. And honestly, you can find articles about the lawsuit. And I would keep in mind that you're only hearing the facts from the side of the people suing her. So it might not even be an accurate description of the case, although it is pretty funny what they say about her not doing the work. But in that lawsuit, they say what her talent fee would have been for doing a sponsored video and some corresponding social posts. And that talent fee was $325,000 for a sponsored YouTube video. And I gather also corresponding posts on Instagram, right. Social, the secondary socials, as we often say. And yeah, that is a lot of money.
So yeah, that paired with just casual conversations we've had with larger YouTubers of similar size to between my size and Bethany's size at the time, in the 6-figure realm is what we have also heard. Yes.
Yeah, so it's not unusual to hear if you're a YouTuber with an engaged audience who's getting whose average views on a video is well over 1 million. It's not unusual to hear of them getting offers for 6-figure deals, even if they're not taking them. If this number sounds crazy, and maybe it is, I would just ask you to consider maybe you have friends who run businesses that pay for ads on the social platforms, on Google even, Facebook, Instagram. It is expensive to buy ads that just show up in someone's feed.
Like Facebook,
yeah. So if you're scrolling Instagram and you see a sponsored post,
right,
a company is paying quite a bit of money for you to see that. And those ads are far less effective than a company paying a creator, right, a person to promote a product within their content.
And the reason why is because usually the personality YouTuber has a closer relationship with their audience. So if I'm Simply Nailogical and I'm paid to sell a product to you, you might put more weight on that than the same product being advertised to you in your Facebook feed.
So I think it just would change your perspective on how much money you think it is when you realize how much money brands are paying just to get a little pop-up ad on Facebook.
Right.
So people throw around like industry standard CPMs. So CPMs is cost
that
per
stand for?
1,000 views, cost per milli, I guess.
Per
Milli
milli?
for 1,000, a milli. And you'll often hear numbers thrown around like $25 CPM. So it's $25 to get 1,000 impressions or 1,000 views on YouTube, for example. So if you extrapolate that out, that would mean like an industry standard rate could be $25,000 for a million people
views.
seeing a sponsorship in a YouTube video.
Right.
That number would not be shocking to people with experience in online advertising. And I would say like a channel your size and knowing that your videos get an average of more than 1 million views, we'll see offers come in that are less than that are like 10,000 ballpark. But we'll also see you have gotten offers that are close and around that 6-figure mark. I think it's important to acknowledge that you just aren't someone who does a lot of sponsorships, right? You hardly do sponsorships, maybe
twice a year.
like you have these affiliate
No,
arrangements
anyways,
with like
yeah.
companies you love and we're just giving free promotion to before they sponsor so they had any relationship with you, I guess. But yeah, in terms of sponsorships, it's not like you do a lot of them, right?